about signs and rules. Oh, the pavement and the long, long roads. Yeah, and you're always in such a rush.
Having a minimalism practice has affected my writing in every way and for the better. As a creative, as an artist, we want to find inspiration. We want to be surrounding ourselves with inspiring environments. It's what's driven me to have the nomadic lifestyle that I have. Seeing places and being in environments that just inspire my soul and get me motivated to create. I think that minimalism can be such a wonderful tool that we can use to help us create spaces that inspire us even more. So when I'm going about creating a space like the one behind me, my writing desk, I ask myself, what do I need near me on a fundamental level? I need triggers that will cause neurons in my brain to fire into creative mode. I have a low table, which is my favorite writing table because it's so easy to move around. And that's one of the nice things too about sitting on the floor is everything's just smaller and more easy to carry around. You're not limited to like, oh, I have this big desk and it can only stay exactly where it is. You can have this packed up and ready to be brought outdoors with you or on a trip or something like that, and you have like your little writing space with you. It's not someplace that has to stay exactly where it is. Having a segregated space for your creative work can also be a great way to shift from perhaps other work you're doing or other things you have going on in your life. Try to make a sacred space for your creative art, for your craft. I like to usually have a Himalayan salt lamp going. I usually get rid of my phone so I don't have that nearby creating any interruptions. I love having the salt lamp going. I typically also diffuse some oil. This is one of my favorite little oil diffusers. All of these things I'm going to link below, by the way, so if you're interested in the exact things that I'm using in my space, I will have that linked in the description down below. You can check it out. If you can get your rituals to become more minimal, some preparation is good, but there's a fine line and we have to be careful about it. We have to be careful that we're not just kind of getting ourselves into this paralysis where we're like, oh, I have to keep preparing and preparing and preparing. Let's just give ourselves space. There is so much beauty in space, in just giving ourselves the space we need to create. And you don't need a lot for that. You just need a little bit more of nothing. See what happens when you give yourself the room to create. So that's it. That's all I do for this little space. And you might be like, all she did really was set up her computer stuff. And yes, that's true because I'm really minimal. I don't like to have a lot of stuff around. I like to just have the open airy space, a couple plants next to me, something like that. But that's the thing, that's the beauty of having a minimal space, is because I can take this with me anywhere and easily set it up somewhere else. And what I find too, which I mentioned earlier in this video, is that I focus on what I'm writing, on what I'm working on so much better when there's not a lot of visual clutter. I think if we can cut back on visual clutter and acoustic clutter as best we can, we create more harmonious spaces for ourselves to create in. So create rituals and spaces that inspire creativity, especially during this time when so many of us are at home and maybe we're kind of getting used to like working in different spaces or working out of our kitchens, off our kitchen tables. Hey, you know, you really don't need a lot to create a really lovely little environment that will just inspire you like crazy. You don't need a lot for that. Minimalism can be a huge help. The main thing is to just clear away the distractions and get quiet in our own minds and let ourselves have the room, have the space to create. Comment below and let me know what you think of the minimal approach to creating a cozy writing space. Do you have a minimalist practice? Do you approach writing and creativity from a minimalistic standpoint? And if not, I would love to hear your own awesome personal approach to creating a inspired space for yourself to create in. Thank you so much, my friend, for taking the time to watch this video. Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
So we make a little change in pace. A minor shift of time and space. Oh baby, this time will be gone forever. Never in a lifetime will you see us back here again. So come before